Hey everyone, Darren here. Welcome back to my studio. Welcome to another video. Let me just check everything is recording. Yes. Okay, we're all good. I did a start of this video before and I was talking for about 5 minutes and I realized I hadn't turned my microphone on. I'm really professional, honest. Anyway, hello. I wanted to talk to you about painting tutorials. Now, people who have followed me here on YouTube for a while know that the way I usually do things is I have edited videos of my paint jobs here on YouTube. So I will take 10, 15, 20 hours of painting on a particular commission and I will edit it down into a 10-minute video, which shows you the entire process from start to finish, but edited down so it's like blip, 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 blip all the way through. So you get to see the entire thing, you get to see how much work goes into it, but obviously you don't really learn that much. You don't have anything explained to you and you don't get to watch me do anything in real time. Now, you will also know that over on my Patreon, that's where I have all my full length, every single brushstroke tutorials. The guys over there, the people who are generous enough, kind enough to support me over there, they get everything I paint. I film everything. It generally works out about 16, 17 hours to paint a head. Roughly, some 15, some 20. Big statues, there was one I did that took 52 hours or 52 videos to paint this big statue. They got to see the entire thing. So they get that over there and they get explanations and they get to find out how I do things, why I do things a certain way, what I think works and what I think doesn't work, different techniques, all of everything I do basically, they get that over on Patreon. And some people want that, some people are just happy with the 10-minute videos and that's cool. That's why I do bits of everything. One thing that I have had asked of me, that was an awkward sentence to say, here on YouTube is, a few years ago I had uploaded a full set of me painting. It was the Star Trek head, the 2009 Star Trek with Chris Pine as Captain Kirk. I painted that head and uploaded that series on YouTube, but it didn't have any talking, it was just music. This was before I had started doing tutorials. I just filmed me painting the whole thing and I thought, I don't know, maybe someone will want to see that. Uploaded it onto YouTube. The whole thing is what I was trying to say. And it's one of the most popular things that I've got on there. People really loved it. Which was one of the things that made me go, maybe people are interested in watching me paint. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So there's that, and then 10-minute videos on YouTube. I knew when I did a recent tutorial series over on Patreon that I was going to eventually upload it onto YouTube so you guys would get to see the same thing, the exact same thing. And if you follow me on any social media, Facebook, Instagram, all of those things, you'll have seen this head. It's a Kylo Ren head that I painted fairly recently. And the people on Patreon have already seen me paint this from start to finish. I think it was 16 or 17 videos. And it turned out to be a really good commission. I was really, really pleased with how it turned out in the end. I loved how it looked, which was all the better because I knew in advance I was going to put this one on YouTube. Eventually, I was going to let the people on Patreon have it first, let them see everything as they do. I thought at some point I'm going to put that on YouTube. The reason why I was going to put it on YouTube, not just because it's an interesting paint job, which it was, not just because it's an interesting commission or interesting character or the fact that it's Star Wars or anything like that, it's because I was using different paints. Now, originally, when I used to do my commissions, I've been doing this now for 13 years, I think. I used to use these paints. MP paints, and I bought them here in Liverpool in my local art shop. That was the only place you could buy them. There's nowhere else. They were a local Liverpool product, and that's what I used, and I got used to using those and used them for the last 13 years. Did everything with them, everything you've seen me paint, they were done with these. They're not particularly expensive paints, you can't buy them online. Someone pointed out one online website as opposed to those famous offline websites. Someone pointed out a website online where you could buy these paints, but then that closed down, so I don't know if you can anymore. But these were the paints that I was using for a long time. And then once I started doing tutorials, I realized people need to be able to use the same equipment as me, because some people are painting along with me. Now, maybe not the same specific heads, but people are using my videos and doing the same techniques. So it would be good if they could actually use the same colours. I thought, I've got to be able to fix that. So what I did was I changed to using Vallejo paints, because I thought you can buy those. Put myself in the shadow there, didn't I? I thought you can buy those anywhere. They are on sale, probably on hundreds of websites. You can get them everywhere. You can get them on Amazon and everything. And a lot of people seem to use them, so I thought, I will go with those. I'll give them a go. Didn't know how it was going to go, but I thought I'm going to try. And Kylo Ren was the first one that we did that with. And it was interesting because for a lot of it, I'm thinking, I don't know how this is going to work. I knew what sort of colour I needed to put on the head. And if I was using these, I would have gone, I need to use that colour with a bit of that colour. Like, it's up in my head. Boom, 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 boom. I knew everything. With the new paints, I'm like, I don't know what colour to use. Is it that one? And then I'd try it and be like, oh no, doesn't look right. And it was very trial and error in terms of mixing the paints and trying to get everything working. And that's why I thought this should be the one that goes up on YouTube, because not only is it an interesting head, and it is, and if you've seen the pictures, you'll know it looks really good. It's a good sculpt, and it was one of those things that's a joy to paint. And not only so you guys on YouTube get to see what everyone else sees on Patreon, and maybe some of you will think, oh, that's actually quite interesting, I might go over there. Or maybe you'll think, I've learnt everything I need to know from this one series, now I'm going to carry on painting. Either way, I don't mind. But I thought it's going to be interesting because you'll get to see me not struggling, but sitting here going, oh, I don't know how I'm going to do this bit. And there was a certain element of, is this going to work? Oh, is this going to be too brown? Is this going to be too red? And not knowing what to do with the colours. And watching me not know what to do and how I go past that, I figured it would be an interesting thing for everyone to see. Rather than just the people on Patreon, I thought, you know what, everyone can see this, because it's not only an example of what my tutorial's like, but it's also a good example of how do you go ahead with a paint job if you're doing something that you don't know, that's unfamiliar. If you're using different brushes or different paints, or painting a different type of, a different size figure or something different. How do you get past that? And me sitting around going, I don't know if this is going to work. I thought it was a really good example. So this entire Kylo Ren series is going to be going up on YouTube. I think, I'm just looking on my other screen, I think it's 17 videos. So you're going to get 17 videos. They are between half an hour and an hour long. Some of them are a little bit over an hour, some of them are 45 minutes, but that's roughly what they are. So that gives you an idea of the length of the series. It's a long it's going to be a long running series. And I'm going to do these videos every Monday. There's going to be a new video. They're going to start next Monday. What date is that? I did write it down and I've completely forgotten what I said now. So next Monday is the 9th. So the 9th of September, Monday the 9th, the first video is going to go up. And the reason why I'm doing this on a particular date, as opposed to just uploading it and you'll see it whenever you go on YouTube, is because I'm going to be doing it as a YouTube premiere video, which means that I can talk to you. I'll be on the chat window while you're watching it. So you can watch this video. I will promote it on my Instagram and Facebook and everywhere like that, so you'll be reminded when it's going up and what time it's going up, and I'll tell you about that in a second. But there'll be a chat window on the side of the YouTube screen, and I will be there at that specific time when the video goes up, so anyone who's watching it at that time can have a chat to me. They can ask me questions about what they're seeing in the video, any paints that I'm using, any techniques, but Darren, why did you do it that way? Anything like that. You can ask me questions and I will be watching it with you. So I thought that might be interesting for this one series to try that. The times, and I wrote this down because I knew I wouldn't remember. So Monday the 9th, in the UK, it's going to be 5 p.m. when it goes up. These, by the way, if you don't see the live, whatever you call it, it's not streaming because it's a pre-recorded video. But if you don't see the live version where I am in the chat talking to you at the same time, the video, as far as I know, goes up as a normal video afterwards, so you will be able to see it anyway. But Monday the 9th, UK, 5 p.m. In America, that's 12 p.m. midday on the East Coast and 9 a.m. on the Pacific Coast. So if you're in California or New York, they're the times. I say those times and nowhere in the middle because most of the people who watch my videos for some reason are California and then New York. So they're the times. Midday, 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. in the UK. If you want to be there and watch it with me and chat while I'm doing it. Now, at the moment, I'm working on a load of commissions, trying to get some things finished. I've got some things finished and sent out. I've got a couple that are people have been waiting a long time for, and they are they're so close to being finished. And I'm doing some more videos for my Patreon at the same time. So I've got a lot going on here, but I thought, you know what, let's get this up because I know some people who've already spoken to me about it. And Darren, are you putting that Kylo thing up or what? Yeah, let's do it now. We'll get it. Let's put it up next week and we'll start it. One video a week, bump, 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 for the next 16, 17 weeks. You get to watch the whole thing. And then you can decide if you like it or not. Or if you're even awake at the end, you might all be like, is he finished yet? That's fine. I don't mind. I just wanted you to see it. So, that's it. And I'm not going to... the end of my videos tend to be a bit waffly and I don't know how to just stop and say, right, I'm going now, bye. I end up talking, which I'm sort of doing now. So I'm going to try and cut this one quickly. 17 videos, Monday the 9th. Those times that I just said, I will be publicising them on Facebook and Instagram and everything so you won't forget. And I will see you then. If you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, or if you're on my Patreon, and the names come up at the end of this video, so you will know who you are because you'll see your name on the list. Then you'll see me anyway. But otherwise, if you're only on YouTube, you'll see me next Monday at those times, and I will be in the chat, and you can ask me any questions that you want, and we'll see if that works. I've never done that before. It might fail miserably, but I thought I'd give it a go. Right, I am going now. So look after yourselves, be nice to animals, take care of the planet, and yeah, that's it. I'm going. Take care, everyone. See you on Monday. I'm rubbish at buys. I'm so rubbish at finishing videos. Right, I'm going.